So I think it's really interesting that I decided to come out here and do this message because I feel exposed and like I feel like everybody can see me, but at the same time, I really wanted to be outside today. I really like to start doing these outside, but I be wanting my privacy and I feel overexposed and I feel like I gotta be really quiet because everybody can hear every word. And so this is related to the message, which is so interesting why I even got like the desire to come out here. And it is bright, but it feels good. It is February, so this is that's not the point, but it's rare to have warmer days. But this message is waiting for the other shoe to drop and not feeling safe in your ability to either love or express yourself in whatever creative way that you want to. And so basically showing love is creation as well, but it also could just be like actually loving something, loving someone in the way that you want to, instead of like holding it back or not feeling like you have the support to do something in the way that you want to do it. And this is so broad, which is why I'm just trying to keep it broad, but it's just an overall feeling of resistance to where like I can't fully express, I can't fully say something because of a lack of support. Maybe I don't have enough finances to be able to give to my entrepreneurial business. Maybe I don't have enough money in my bank account to be able to like completely stop a job and go do another job. Maybe I don't have the right environment. Maybe I literally don't have enough space in my home to be able to, run this business, this thing that I love, and, have space to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe I don't have enough focus. Maybe there's other people pulling at my attention and my focus is somewhere else and I just need a quiet space to do something and focus on something. I can't even keep my eyes open. The sun is so bright, which is interesting, but this feels like either you're not able to fully give to something, or there might be the opportunity for someone to come and support you, but you don't fully trust that situation. And that's why I was saying like you're waiting for the other shoe to drop and you're waiting for things to go bad. Or maybe you remember one time I allowed somebody to support me and then they pulled the rug from under me. And so there's still this underlying anxiety, even if you have somebody who's taking care of the bills and you can do your projects, even if you have a solid bank account, even if you have a solid savings account. But like the last time you built up your savings account, something bad happened and you had to spend it all, and next thing you know that rug was pulled from under you. That's really tough, and I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that and acknowledge that that's a real thing, and we can't just bypass these feelings of not being safe, and you can't just ignore those and think that you can like manifest a greater life when there is still internal resistance and there's still a lack of safety in your environment, in your home, in your finances, and stuff like that. Now, of course, you cannot let it get the best of you. You can do what you can with what you have, but is that going to be to the best of your ability? Maybe not. So I feel like a lot of times our first step should be addressing where is it that we are not feeling safe, where are we feeling exposed, where are we feeling that we don't have that safety net, and how can we work to create the safety net? Can we create a situation where we have enough finances or we have enough support, or are we allowing other people to come in and support us and pay some of these things, or provide a space that allows you to do your business? So maybe somebody offers you an extra space in their home and it's like, okay, sure. Or are we kind of rejecting those things because I remember last time that happened. So I think that is first things first. If you are noticing that there are blocks within your nervous system that make you feel unsafe, like you truly can't fully give and love a certain thing to the best of your ability, then how can we work on alleviating some of that stress? For some of us, it could look like literally downsizing to get rid of some of these bills, right? And so that means the amount that comes out of your pocket for bills, you can sacrifice some of that, and you can, not have so much of that, and then you can spend more of your time actually doing something that you love to do. You deserve that for sure. And so don't feel like you have to push yourself through the discomfort anyway, or like you have to juggle so much. Am I saying that the way I want to say it? I feel like there's an ego battle here too, where like not wanting to accept help or not wanting to downsize into a smaller space or not wanting to give up some luxuries in order to save money and put into a savings account. That's based off what, people see. And you want to look like you got it all together. But you have to really decide if the optics and looking like you got it all and looking like you don't need help and all that, you got to ask yourself, is that really worth me compromising my joy and my love and my expression and my ability to express? I'm just thinking about myself right now, and like, can people on the other side of the balcony hear me? As people, like, if you can see in front of me, I'm not going to show you, but like the buildings in front of me, those are balconies, and somebody can be looking out their window right now, just looking straight at me. And it's like, oh my God, don't look at me. And they're like, I can see them being like, what is she doing? But like, if I love being outdoors and being in the sun and I want to do this more, I have to address my ego. Why do I not feel safe? How can I make myself feel safer? Or is this just something I need to like immersion therapy type of thing? I don't know. So I think I'm just yapping today, but this still feels like the message. Let me just tell you what I wrote down. I said, can't fully give into the things that you love because there's no safety net. So that safety net can look like savings or lack of savings, support. So maybe there is like a family support or like a relationship support from your spouse. And so that even reminded me like of the conversation around like being a stay-at-home wife or mom, and let's say they don't go to work but their husband's paying all the bills, but you haven't built anything, and then that rug can be pulled from under you where they decide that they want a divorce, and then it's like, dang, I have nothing. That's scary, even though technically during that time that would have been like the perfect time to build something. That safety and security, that safety net was there. So maybe some of you actually do have a safety net and you're not using it to your advantage for some reason. Maybe you have more safety nets than you think you do, and that you're not completely out here. You're not as exposed as you think you are. Maybe you're not as... Maybe it's not as risky as you think it is. Maybe you actually can do something. Maybe you do have support. Maybe you have some savings somewhere that you can lean on. Maybe you have a credit card that you can use for, a couple months. So that's the other part of that, which is interesting. I didn't think about that part. So maybe some of you do have some support that you're not utilizing or leaning on, and then kind of crying like, oh, I can't do anything. I can't give to this thing. I can't give to that, this and the third, because I don't have this, that, and the third. It's like, actually, yes, you do. Actually, you might have everything you need right now. Right now I have up this privacy thing, but it's like on the bottom half of my balcony railing, which I can technically sit in front of it and nobody will see me, but I decided to sit at this table. But woo-wee. And I really could have sat there. Don't know why I didn't choose that. It would have been much cooler as well. So here I am saying the same thing, like, oh, I'm exposed, but we didn't have to choose this way. You could have expressed all my love and, made this video. I could have utilized some of the things I do have some of the privacy I do have, some of the support I do have. Get me. So are we making excuses? Oh my God. Oh my God. That's crazy. So also the safety net can feel like you don't have a good enough environment to do the thing that you really, really want to do. It's like, now that I'm thinking about the message, I think you have everything you need. Dang, that's crazy. Look how we turned around. Do I even want to keep reading my notes? Because hold up. You have talent and expertise, and you deserve to be able to give it your all. Support may come in, but there could be hesitation because of a past situation. And so that's what I was talking about with, like, maybe you did have a stay-at-home situation and, they pulled the rug from under you. So now anybody who comes in and wants to support you, you don't trust it at all. And you're like, oh, no, I can't utilize them. I still got to do everything on my own. I still got to, work this job and that job and do this and do that. It's like, no, well, y'all, there is this, okay. If y'all know, dang, I got to think about what that it's a Madea movie, a Tyler Perry movie, where a Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Dang, I don't know why this is coming through, but I'm gonna talk about it, I think, and hopefully it correlates. But the woman was used to taking care of her kids on her own, but then the man came in. I'm not gonna spoil it for you if you ain't never watched it before, but then the man came in, and there was one morning that she woke up and her kids weren't there, but he had took them out for ice cream, and she was freaking out. And that's, of course, a normal way to behave or respond, like, where are my kids? I don't know this man. But it's like he's there and he's a trustworthy man to, like, take some of the stress off of her life to where she can, I don't remember, she had like did she have a job she was doing? I can't remember. Christina's gone. That's not what we're talking about, though. Is that the same movie? Wait, no, that's not the same movie, y'all. No, that's not the same movie. The movie I'm thinking about is the one with, what is her name? But the man who came in was that fine man with the bad wig, but the cornrows. No, oh my gosh, no, y'all, I'm getting two movies mixed up. Now let me go check. Hold up. Okay, I butchered this whole thing. My bad. But this was from the movie Madea's Family Reunion. And so there was a man named Frankie and a woman named Vanessa, and Vanessa had kids. And he had took out the kids for ice cream to let her get some sleep, them reading the thing. And so that was just a very caring thing, but she was remembering some trauma. I can't really remember what it was. And he was like, no, I would never do anything to hurt you or the kids and stuff like that. So I just say that because it's like you could be holding on to potential past situations where there wasn't safety in love. So maybe that is a message for those who are really thinking about the relationship stuff. And how this time should be different. I will claim this time is different. You can trust the person enough to be safe or to feel safe enough to love, safe enough to express, and not feel like the other shoe is going to drop and not feel like they're going to betray you. And, I would say if you feel like if that does happen, I want to ensure you that you have grown so much and your intuition is so much more strong now that you'll be able to pick up on signs and cues, and you'll be able to get out of a situation before it gets as bad as it ever did before. So really trust. And there's a quote that says, I think it's by Maya Angelou, listen to me just butchering everything. Have enough courage to trust love one more time and again one more time type of thing. So that seems like another half of this message about safety and love and expression and creativity and allowing yourself to feel safe enough to express, to love. And if you don't try to create the safety. And also see where you actually do have safety, or are you making excuses? Are you making excuses based off the past? that don't have any real metrics or any real factors? Are we just making up fake scenarios in our head that, oh, I'm not safe, I'm super exposed, I can't trust this, oh, everybody's watching me from their balcony, oh, and I'm distracted and I can't do this even though I really, really want to, oh, woe is me, I can't, no, I can't. Anyway, let me wrap it up right there. And before I forget, there are deep dive messages on Buy Me a Coffee page, so that link will be in the description box below. And there is also, I am really distracted out here, ain't gonna lie. There is also going to be a link to my Substack if you enjoy reading, and there are going to be just all different messages, so there aren't any repeat messages. So be sure to check that out if you're interested in either one of those. So I will wrap it up right there. Don't wait for the other shoe to drop. You are safe. You are fine. Let's stop making up excuses about why we can't fully love something or someone, and why we can't fully express something or someone. Are we making up excuses in our heads based off a past situation, or is it a real situation and we need to address these spaces where we're not safe? Can we make ourselves more safe? Can we have a savings account? Can we move somewhere to where we don't have to spend all our money on bills and we actually have a cushion? Can we get around family members who actually do support us, or get away from members who don't support us? Can we figure out a way to release some of this fear and release some of this resistance that is running in the background? And with that being said, it's crazy because the sun is starting to go down and I'm feeling like this coolness starting from like my legs. Oh, wait, when did this move? I don't know. I'm starting to feel like this coolness, so I sense that there is some relief on the way. And don't sabotage it, please. Yeah, don't sabotage it. And maybe it is a little bit intense right now. But there'll be relief soon. The sun is just going down. Y'all see it? And I can finally see. And I can finally breathe. And ain't nobody watching me like that for real. Even though they probably still are. But I'm pretty, right? I'm cute. Look at me, y'all. Embrace it. Embrace it. Alright, and I am distracted. Go live your life. Have as much fun. Love as much as you can. It's crazy how fast the sun moves. Dang. Life moves fast, yeah? Whew. Interesting message. Okay. I'll wrap it up right there. I'll see you on the next video now that I can actually see the screen. Alright. Bye.